Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mending Munich. 2 games today, both in cup competitions. First one's going to be against Werder Bremen, as you see on the screen, in the quarterfinal of the German Cup. And then we stay at home. We stay in Munich and we play the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinal against the might of Barcelona. And yeah, really see if we can put some goals past them and take a lead to the Camp Nou in a few weeks' time. And that'll be Monday's episode. The second leg against Barca will be in Monday's episode. But what have we been doing since we last met against Dusseldorf and Inter? We've gone back-to-back 2-1 wins. Leverkusen came to Munich and we beat them 2-1. Foden on the hour mark and Calabria with 10 minutes to go. And Hervitz scored 5 minutes before the break. And we say 2-1 win, really good win for us. And then we had an international break and Martin Calabria joined the likes of Oliver and Afalobi on the injury table. And we had to bring in one of our youngsters. You can see he's got on the score sheet in his first game. 2-1 win away at Schalke, really good win for us. Hudson-Odoi and our youngster Dietmar Netolitsky came off the bench and scored the winning goal in his first match for us. And one of our other young players who actually is out on loan, Holger Beetz, scored the goal for Schalke. Don't know what it is, but I can't. Whenever I loan people out, it doesn't allow me to say do not play against former clubs in Germany. So not entirely sure whether that's a German thing or not. I'm not entirely sure, but a good 2-1 win. And this is our new man here, Dietmar Netolitsky, and yeah, promising winger it says, so that could potentially go to Wonder Kid. I have known it in the past, but a good winger, good crossing, really good physicals for someone who's only 18 years of age. Mentals need a little bit of work, but that will come with more gameplay. And yeah, we needed to bring him in due to the injury crisis in the squad with wingers. But 2-1 wins keeps us top of the league by those 12 points ahead of Borussia Dortmund. Bayern lost again just this week. Now they lost to Leverkusen 2-1, so that could potentially kick them out of the race. So there's still some games to play, still points to fight for, and it's going to be a 2-horse race, I think, between us and Dortmund though. But yeah, all in all, not a bad little run. At the minute, we're still invincible in the league, 0 losses. So I don't think that'll continue, because we've got tough away games to come in the last few weeks of the season. Hamburg in between Werder and Barca. We've got Borussia Mönchengladbach, which will be in Monday's episode as well. Werder again away from home, and Wolfsburg plus Bayern need to come to our place. So yeah, I don't think we're going to go invincible until the end of the year in the league. We've got some tough games to play, but that's the roundup done and dusted. Let's get into this first game against Werder, and this is going to be the lineup. So with this game against Werder, and then we've got Hamburg in a couple of days, and then we've got Barca in a week's time. Going to mix and match the players in the starting lineups between this and the Hamburg game. So we've got Ludwig in goal. Hoover, Clayton, Diakabe and Kiate are the back line. We've got McKennie and Edemario in the middle of midfield. Netolitsky on the right. Afalobi come back in, and we're going to get him some game time on that left-hand side. Tahavi in behind Fernando Augusto on the bench. Vicente, Strel, Lenz, Foden, Rios, Hudson-Odoi and Carlos Antonio. Calabria is going to be out for about 3 weeks. Oliver is nearly back. He's going to be back into training in 4 days' time, so that'll be great to boost the numbers. But let's get into this first game against Werder in the German Cup. Free kick for Werder, and it shoots just over. I wasn't going to say his name because it's really long. Buchabaka just hit that shot over. 6 minutes gone. Netolitsky flicks that ball onto Zahavi. Can't get the ball to Augusto because he was fouled by Peretta, and it's going to be a penalty. Edemario is going to step up. 7 minutes gone on the clock. Can he put us 1-0 up in this quarterfinal of the German Cup? Edemario goes down the middle, and Rossi stays and stands his ground and bats that ball away, and missed opportunity for us from the penalty spot. Corner, and it's to Werder Bremen. Abubakar going to get that ball in. Edemario gets the ball out to Mangala. Buchabaka again into the middle, but Ludwig claims really well. And now he's got Afalobi on that left-hand side, but he goes down that right to Netolitsky, but it's a poor pass, and that's a poor touch from the left-back. Netolitsky whips in there. Tahavi into Augusto, goes for goal, and that's a great counter-attacking move. Our youngster on this right-hand side nicked the ball from that left-back and then just ran to the through the defence, nice and direct from Netolitsky, found to Harvey in the middle, quick pass to Fernando Augusto, and he's not going to miss from there. 1-0 to 1860. So we're just closing in on this first half now, about 6 minutes left, and we're starting very, very deep in our own half. Foden on the run, finds Fernando Augusto out to Netolitsky. Bit of a danger man in this game, Netolitsky. McKennie, lovely touchdown to Afolobi into the back post. Can't find a blue shirt. Foden's there. It pinballed into in the 18-yard box in Werder Bremen's box, and it fell to Phil Foden for his 5th goal of the season. McKennie, lovely touch, and then he finds Afolobi. Afolobi then can't find a blue shirt. It's a good touch away. McKennie flicks it on to Augusto, who then flicks it on, rebounds back to Foden. 2-0 1860. Injury time in this first half, and Peretta into Brandiles and out to Magala, and they're playing it nicely through the midfield into Gonzalez, back to Mangala, into Gonzalez again. Good press from our boys, and Ludwig needs to push that over. Brandiles whipped that devilish cross/come shot into that far corner, and Ludwig needed to be alert there, and that is half time. Derby injured. Edemaria missed the penalty, but we're 2-0 to the good, and just going to say, happy with the way things are going. Keep it up, lads. Go out there and produce the same thing in the second half. Corner, Hudson-Odoi whips that ball, and Afolobi the near post, heads just over. First highlight in this second half with 7 minutes to go. Nice and professional performance from the boys in this second half. Not let Werder do anything. Lovely ball into the back post. Afolobi picks that ball up, out to Foden again, into Edemario. Driving forward into goal, and Edemario scores his 2nd goal of the season. 3-0 to 1860. And that is game over. They had a man sent off for a hell of a tackle, went straight through Edemario, and he's got his got to come back here because he scored the 3rd goal that finishes Werder Bremen off, and it's a great finish on the left foot into that far corner. 3-0 1860. And there we have it, 3-0 win. Really good display here from a mixture between first teamers and reserve players. Fernando Augusto with a goal and assist for him. But Edemaria picking up the player of the match. Even though he missed that penalty, scored a goal and had a really good game. Phil Foden as well. Goal and assist off the bench early on for Tahavi. But we've got Hamburg in the middle, and I will see you when we face Barcelona. So we played the game against Hamburg, and we got a 1-0 win. Hudson-Odoi with the important goal just after the half-hour mark, getting us the 3 points. But most importantly, in this weekend of Bundesliga action, Dortmund actually dropped points. So they only drew against Stuttgart on the Friday night. So we're now 14 points clear of Dortmund. And we also qualified for next season's Champions League. If we were going to do another series, but another season, but we're not going to do that. This is the last and final season, and hopefully we can come out with it with a piece of trophy, piece of silverware that we've not won in this save. And actually, I don't think I've won at all in the FM19 cycle as the Champions League. So this is going to be the team that are going to go up against this Barcelona side that comes to Munich. We've got Radi in goal, Strel, Strangle, Strel, Vincente and Martinez are the back line. Edemario and Foden in that midfield for creativity. Hudson-Odoi on the right, Afolobi on the left-hand side, Carlos Antonio and Tammy Abraham up top as a potent duo. Clayton Hoover, Lenz, McKennie, Oliver, Rios and Augusto on the bench. Oliver back in the squad after his injury layoff, so hopefully we'll get him some game time if Hudson-Odoi or Afolobi don't particularly play well. Calabria's out for another, I think it's about 12 days. Yeah, 12 days. So he'll be back hopefully for the second leg. And Harvey back in training tomorrow after a little bit of a knock. But let's get into this game against Barca. Let's see what we can do. Going for Barca, 5 minutes gone. Add-on tries to get it in, but Strangle's there, and Abraham picks that ball up and needs an out ball. He finds one to Foden. Now we're onto the back line, trying to get that through ball to Afolobi, but Chipal with a really good interception. Edemario back to Vincente, into Foden. Foden now, he's got Hudson-Odoi on this right-hand side. He finds him over the top. Can he get onto the ball? He can. Gets that ball in. Abraham's there, hits the post and goes in off the back of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. And we lead Barcelona on the 6th minute, 1-0 up. And fortunate really, but a good header from Tammy Abraham to direct it towards goal. Hudson-Odoi just about keeps that in. Good ball in. Tammy Abraham rises, but comes off the elbow or arm of ter Stegen, goes into the back of the net. 1-0 Munich. And on again, bit of carbon copy of how we scored, but they get the ball into a Barcelona player. Chipao now on this right-hand side, in on goal, finds João Felix, hits the crossbar and Strangle with a fantastic goal-saving tackle on the Portuguese player there. Ruben Neves nicks that ball off Foden and it goes through to Chambi, but good tackle by Vicente. Varnier into add-on, out to João Felix, and João Felix over the top to Chambi, brushes off Vicente. Chambi's in on goal, and we were fortunate with our goal and they're fortunate with theirs. Daniel Vicente scores an own goal, but it just cannoned off the post, hit him on the shins and went into the back of the net. João Felix over the top, Chambi just shrugs Vicente off. Good hit, hits the post, falls back onto Vincente's shins, goes in. 10 minutes before half time, one apiece. Strangle now, just after they've scored, into Edemario. Edemario going to go into Carlos Antonio. Quick ball out to Foden. Afalobi back to Foden, but Emery is there to just nick the ball off his heels, and ter Stegen goes long, and we should bring that down and just play it out from the back. Stallel now, straight into Edemario, through the lines to Carlos Antonio, and we're going to go through Abraham down the line to Hudson-Odoi. Can he get the ball in? He can. Carlos Antonio's there. Carlos Antonio scores double figures for the young Brazilian. 2-1 to Munich, straight after Barca had scored as well, and it's a good goal. Abraham out to Hudson-Odoi, another devilish cross from Callum on that right hand side, and Carlos Antonio with a lovely volley into that far corner. 2-1 Munich. Corner, Foden into the middle, trying to find Hudson-Odoi, but out as far as Chipo and Martinez being pressed by 3 Barca players. But lovely ball to Afalobi into Tammy, but he's been shoved by Pavard, and he's going to have a look at VAR. How they got that ball through to Afalobi is beyond me, but it is a penalty. Abraham one-on-one with Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and ter Stegen saves. We could have gone 3-1 up there, but good save by the German goalkeeper. Corner just before half-time. Hudson into Afalobi, off the line by ter Stegen, keeping his side in it. We could have been 3 or 4-1 up before half-time, but Marc-Andre ter Stegen showing just how good of a goalkeeper he is. And even though we've had lots more of the possession, lots more of the shots, we're still only 2-1 ahead in this game. I'm going to get into the dressing room and just say to the guys, do not get complacent out there. We want to make sure we take this lead to Barca. Martinez down the line to Carlos Antonio, holds the ball up, but Henry comes through him, and it's a good tackle, and they go over the top to Sukunza. They've gone 2 up top. Vincente's there with a great header. João Felix gets a bit of space, and João Felix curls one in to that bottom corner. 10 minutes gone in this second half, and that's his 14th goal of the season, and it's a good counter-attacking move. Sukunza over the top, trying to find Vicente. Chambi can't get to it, falls to João Felix, and that's a lovely finish into the bottom corner. 2 apiece. Foden with the ball into the back post. Stroll's there. Stroll scores. First goal of the season. He puts us back in the lead with about 13 minutes on the clock. And so a good header. A lovely ball in from Phil Foden on that right-hand side. An in-swinging, whipped effort. And Stroll just rises above the defender there. Back in the lead. 3-2 now. Raddy with the ball out the back, and he just fires down forward for Fernando Augusto to chase, and he does. Oliver now cutting in on that right hand side. Foden's there, driving into the penalty box. Hudson-Odoi shoots, and that's 4-2. What a lovely shot from Callum Hudson-Odoi. His 10th goal of the season. He's into double figures now. Augusto just chased that ball that he lumped forward, and Oliver nicked in and picked up that loose pass. Foden driving into the penalty box, falls to Augusto, quickly gets it out to Hudson-Odoi. 4-2 now with 6 minutes to go. 4 minutes of injury time in this second half, and will we extend our lead, or will Barca get another away goal? Strangle coming forward, all the way forward, trying to find that through ball to Hudson-Odoi, and they go long to check his under. Good header from Martinez. They missed that interception there. Hudson-Odoi into the back post. Oliver's there. Oliver scores number 5, and we will be taking at least a 3-goal lead to the Camp Nou. And Jose Oliver, after all of the injuries he's had to this season, he might have scored one of the most important goals this season as well. Hudson-Odoi chips it into that back post. Everybody misses it. Oliver's there to slap it home. 5-2 to 1860. And there we have it. Full-time whistle goes. What a game of football. 7 goals in total. 2 own goals. A penalty miss, I think, as well. And had absolutely everything, but we come away with a 5-2 victory that we take to Spain, and hopefully we can get through to the next round of the Champions League with that kind of advantage in our hands. What a game, what an episode actually. Really, really important wins in both cup competitions, and we've got Jan Regensburg in the semi-final of the German Cup as well. So next episode we're going to bring you Barca, second leg. We go to the Camp Nou and see if we can go through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Did we get to that stage last season? Was it the quarters? It was the quarter. So we beat Barca there. We go through to our furthest position ever in the Champions League in the semi-final. So big game first up on Monday, and then we follow that up with our next cup competition. We go to Jan Regensburg, one of those teams that early on in this save was one of our bogey teams, but we've managed to rise above them and actually become better than them, and hopefully not too many problems in that semi-final to reach another German Cup final. But that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. If you're new around here and you're enjoying everything you see both on this save and the Newcastle save, hit that subscribe button. Follow it up with the bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live into your sub boxes. Make sure that bell icon is ticked. And until next time, when we bring you more Cup Football Champions League quarterfinal second leg, we take a 5-2 lead to that one, and hopefully we can beat Jan Regensburg in the semi-final to reach another German Cup final. I'll see you soon.